as a chairman of the finance committee. So any changes in the GAA coming from the different reports, ako ang accountable doon, whether I accept it or not accept it. Diba? Of course, there's a deliberation among the members kasi maraming members yan. But I always tell yung mga senators natin, at the end of the day, it's a chairman. Ito naman across all different committees, whether it's Committee on Basic Education, Committee on Ways and Means, it's a chairman that's accountable to that report. No? Because at the end, it's the chairman who will accept or not accept the changes. So I think opening the BICAM makes the chairman more accountable in that sense. No? Kasi ngayon, matatrack down na yung changes. So si chairman dapat maingat na ngayon kung tatanggapin niya o hindi tatanggapin yung changes. And isa sa mga, I think one big step forward is, nasabi rin to ni Sunny kanina, is the uploading of the GAB and we will upload the Senate version, we call it the Senate version, which amends the GAB. No? Kung may mga amendments. And we will upload also all the different annexes in there. So, in other words, before even entering the BICAM, alam nyo na kung ano yung changes sa GAB, anong changes sa Senate version. Yan kasi dapat pag-usapan lang yung disagreeing provisions, di ba? So kung masunod yung version ng GAB, then obviously nasunod si chairman ng House. Pag nasunod yung changes sa Senate version, nasunod si chairman ng Senate. Anything in between there, i-justify na lang, and that I think that's where the BICAM should come into play. Paano i-justify yung changes, no? So that's why I'm asking the expectation kasi first time ma-open to in live stream. So I want to get some suggestions from the CSOs kung ano ba yung dapat ipakita sa BICAM, no? Yeah. Sunny, yeah.
I'm trying to formulate it politely. Actually, we don't assume regularity with the NEP. Kasi marami rin chismis na in the budget preparation phase, there are already negotiations happening. So sa amin, we don't think there's any single process or any single document that's going to be explosive. But yung po sa amin yung point the more information there is, the more you can piece things together. So I think quite straightforward lang. Not necessarily bulletproof or a magic bullet, but having a breakdown of projects by legislative district or by voting precinct, magkaka-leads ka na dyan Our budget, our resources being concentrated in certain voting precincts known to be baluarte of particular politicians. So even something like that, on its own, it should be quite innocent. But if you put it together with, of course, yung the push and pull during the authorization phase, baka magkakwento doon. Pero even then, I think it's very hard to find some sort of fishiness or irregularity in the budget preparation phase if the whole process from the budget call to the submission of the NEP isn't also made transparent. And again, there's not going to be any single document, but reading them all against each other, it might give leads. And sa amin, leads are all we hold on to kasi ang konti-konti ng CSOs, ang konti-konti ng resources, sometimes we need those leads to pursue something. So siguro na, point lang, I'm not going to speak for all the other CSOs, but kami sa Ibon, it's very hard for us to presume regularity even with the NEP. Although we do appreciate kung may more clarity in the authorization phase, yung mga ups and downs doon, but hindi namin take as pure, kumbaga yung President's budget for a lot of reasons.
That's a whole new different discussion, mahabang discussion, and dahil ano pa yan, before the submission of the NEP. No? But we'll take note of that. Sa iba naman, anong expectation ninyo sa BICAM? I just want to, kasi first time to no, mangyayari, to be honest about it. No? So marami rin sa mga sa publiko, may kanya-kanyang expectation. In fact, kami dito mga senators, iba-iba rin expectations namin. No? But for the other CSO, what do you expect in the spirit of transparency and also giving information? What do you expect from the Bicameral Conference Committee?
Yes, if I may, Mr. Chair. Our experience in the House, for example, I wanted to share. They abolished the small committee and they created the BARC, the Budget Amendments Review Subcommittee. We were surprised because when it came to the actual meeting, it seems like they already had a list. There weren't people proposing and then debating and then discussing. And that's what we expect. If there are disagreeing provisions or there are different interests, democracy will really show that they will have a discussion on it. So I agree with Sonny's point that a lot of the times it looks like some of these are already pre-discussed. What we expect in the BARC is that not in the BARC but in the BICAM is that there will be a genuine discussion. That sometimes some senators will disagree, sometimes some congressmen will disagree, and that's fine. That's part of the process. But the way that the decisions are made are fleshed out, are transparent, are made apparent to the people. For example, in the House, it was the first time that they opened it to individual amendments. And it was the first time that we got to see different members of the House stand up and propose changes to the committee report, which didn't happen in the past 6-7 years. So we never got to witness that. And I think a lot of members were also, nanibago din sila, kami din nanibago din kami. So I understand, I think, opening the BICAM, maraming maninibago po. But I think, we cannot anymore have the presumption of regularity because of the scandals that have been exposed. We have to bring things back to basics and show the public that there is openness, there's transparency, and there's genuine debate. So for me, I don't have much expectations. What I'm saying is that if we can see that the members of the Senate are coming genuinely and willing to put their cards on the table, that's a needed signal. And the BICAM is just one step. There should be a complete open process from the NEP, what the agencies propose. Bakit hindi nakikita ng publiko what the DOTR proposed, what the DOH proposed? Sa NEP na lang siya. So that entire thing, sana nakikita po lahat ng iyan. So I think yun lang po muna for now.
Actually, in our Senate concurrent resolution, even yung they call it yung BP 201, yung proposals ng agencies, no, for tier 1 and tier 2. Pinapapublish namin sa DBM, no? So that even malalaman na ngayon ng public kung ano yung mga hindi natanggap or natanggap na proposals, because that sets context eh. Kagaya yung sinabi ni Miss Abigail kanina na yung mga hindi natanggap, so hindi rin kasalanan ng agencies yun, but you will see the direction of the agency. Gusto nila ganyan, but because of fiscal space hindi natanggap, no? So may mga ganun. So, how about the others? And any comments on the BICAM?
In the CSO community, we're very close. Alam po namin kung ano yung mga pangangailangan ng bawat isa and where they are with the budget engagement process. So with our experience in engaging in the House level budget process, so when we say open the BICAM, what we're really expecting is that there is genuine participation for the CSOs. So this is one step that we're here. We're able to brief, that we're able to present our findings that are evidence-based, based on our research and lived experiences. But then we also have to recognize that not all CSOs have these lines that are open to them. We are only a few number of CSOs here today, but there are a lot more who represent different sectors. Meron po kaming samahan ng Pamilyang Pantawid, yung SMPP po namin. But they are not here today, not represented. And so our expectation when we open the BICAM is that yung mga CSOs po that do not have an open network, do not have an open line in the Senate and in the House, that they be given an opportunity to be able to brief different offices so that the different senators from different committees and different chairmans would be able to know what the sectors, ano po yung pangangailangan sa sectoral level. So right now, what we ask for is if we could even broaden the lines that are currently open for CSOs now, and then we include even more CSOs that cover a wide range of different more sectors. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Well, actually, kahit itong consultation or hearing with the CSO, first time to eh. In my, ilan years na ba ako dito? 9 years na ako dito sa Senate. Parang this is the first time I've attended a public hearing with CSO. Typically, pag submit ng NEP, ano na yan eh. Sabi nga ni Sunny, dire-diretso na yan, dire-diretso. Parang train yan, walang pigil yung train, no? Until the ratification, until the signing actually of the budget. So, well, this is the first time and definitely not the last time. We'll improve this process. In fact, internally, we're thinking of how to improve engagement with CSOs and also with sectoral, may mga sectoral CSOs eh, on health, on agriculture, on mobility. So we plan to improve that later on. This was a problem to us, even for senators. Dahil nga yung GAB was not uploaded. So we don't know the annexes. So we don't know the specific projects. No? When we get the GAB, libro lang siya, one copy for 24 senators. So hati-hati pa kami doon. So hindi namin ma-scrutinize mabuti. We can only scrutinize the top line because nga hati-hati kami. So one of the things we detected here, ito, I'll give you a tip. For example, yung farm to market road, diba? The GAB added 16 billion, dinoble nila. But we found out because there's now a list of farm to market road that 8 billion of that 16 billion is not part of the master list. No? So in other words, because it's uploaded, even us can scrutinize the projects one by one. That before hindi yan nagagawa namin. No, hindi namin nagagawa kasi because of very limited information. So ang request ko sa mga CSO natin is to help us with those line items because the devil really is in the details. Eh. Marami kaming nakikitang hindi part na master list, doble-doble, iba very vague yung title, and that's room for discretion on the part of the implementer. Kasi kung may discretion in implementer, pwede niyang i-declare na, oh, tapos na yung project, picturean niya, pala yung project na yun last year pa or 2 years ago nagawa. No? So that's something that we're very conscious about, no, this coming budget.